Hi everybody, we're going to be making this cute little frame at Stampapalooza, and it just couldn't be any cuter. It utilizes designer paper, one stamp set, some dies, and we'll give you a hint on how you can make these cute little snow globes featuring the paper from Let It Snow. Okay, let's get started. All right, for those of you that attended Stampapalooza or you got Stampapalooza to go, in your kit you've got several components all ready to go for you. And for those of you watching the video, then I'll also share with you how it's made. What you're going to need is a frame, and we found these frames at IKEA, but you can also get these on Amazon, and I'll have a link for those if you want to get it on Amazon. It's a 4x6 frame, and what you do, of course, is you take out the little description ad and you keep the little plexiglass frames that are on either side of it. And the first thing we want to do is take our Let It Snow designer paper, and we are going to just drop it in between the plates. So sometimes you have to lift these out a little bit, and then sneak the paper in there. Again, the paper's cut at 4x6, and it slides right into it. And at this point, you can, put on the base, but we recommend just, working with it here. Just to talk a little bit about the paper going forward, what we used are these 2 sheets of paper from the Let It Snow pack. And again, at a 4x6, you can get 6 of these frames out of 1 sheet. So we're using the stripe sheet, and then we're also using this snowman sheet. And here is like a super duper trick with these, and this is how we did this. So here's our little snow globe embellishment case that you can get from the 2019 catalog. And we went and selected the image that we wanted. So depending on which of your packets that you actually have, we did that. And then there's also another sheet that works as well. So like in this pack of paper, you would be able to get several, if not, I don't even know, we didn't count out, but there's just so many of these images that you could use. And then what you would do is you would take a pencil and trace around the outer edge of the snow globe, because that's going to capture the image that you want. And so this is what we did for Palooza people as well as the kit to go, is that we traced around it first with the pencil, and then just cut out around it to give yourself enough leeway. Next in your kit, if you had a kit to go or you attended in person, you have a little shaker, or you have a little bag that has glitter in it and the snowflake embellishments or sequence. And what we want to do next is pour it right in the center of it. And as you can see, that's a good 2, or at least definitely a good generous teaspoon, if not 2 teaspoons of stuff, because we want enough elements to shake it. Next on our snow globe element here, that it has adhesive on both the front and the back. We want to take just the back only. So we're working on the back side only. Don't take adhesive off of both of them, just on the back side for right now. I think that always throws me off when I first use these type of embellishments, is that I want to, take the off of both sides right away, but we're just working on the back side. And this is where our trace line comes into play. So this is traced around the image that we're going to use for the snow globe. And we'll go ahead and put our element, our snow globe, right on top of our trace mark around. I didn't have it quite right. And that's just to give you a guide for where you want it, so that you don't have to try to figure it out while it's sticky. And then we press it down really good. Still not removing that top section. Okay, so now with our element on it, it's coming together. We can take our scissors, take our paper snips, and we're going to trim around the edge. Again, so easy to trace your image first and then trim around it instead of cutting around it first. Now you could cut it and you could just be really careful and put it down. I've done it that way and it worked out fine. But this way it kind of takes the guesswork out of it. And if you can see here, I didn't line up my pencil mark just exactly, but you know, that just gives us a guideline so that we know for sure where our little snowman or snow people, depending on which one that you might have gotten. Okay, super cute already. Super duper cute. All right, next, what we can do on the element is in your kit, you got this right here, and let me share with everybody what we used. So again, just to show how we die cut it, use a little washi tape to keep that anchor down and then run it through your die cutting machine using Real Red, and you get something that looks like this. Okay, so now we'll go ahead and take off the top element, or the top sticky. Now we're ready to take that off. Put that down, and then that just goes right over top. Kind of put it on gently until you get it positioned how you'd like it. Oops, get it up here on the screen for us. So even start at the bottom. Okay, now I do want to show you this little trick up here. This is like a little bit of the adhesive is going to show. Can you see, like, so that's still part of the backside of the shaker, and we want to make sure that we've got a nice good seal on it, and then we can, but I want to show you how to take the tackiness off of that. With your embossing buddy, you can go ahead and go around the edges of it for where the, again, the exposed part of the adhesive is that the scallop didn't quite get. And the embossing buddy has a little bit of, I think, cornstarch on it. So, you know, you could do that too if you didn't have it. Just do a little dusting of some cornstarch powder very lightly. You don't want the white residue. But the embossing buddy is perfect for taking the tackiness off of the edge. Let's bring in our sample again, and other components to this is we are going to go ahead and add the little snow globe base. This is with Coastal Cabana. Oh my goodness. And we use the subtle embossing folder to get that texture. You could use whatever embossing folder that you might like. We just liked the subtle on it. And now we want to go ahead and position our snow globe. You don't want to put the snow globe right in the center because you do have to take into account the base. So what we want to do is we want to play around with it just a second to see where we want it. I think that looks pretty good. And with our multi-purpose glue, I'm going to go ahead and get pretty good contact with it. Sometimes I say you don't have to be super generous with it, but you do want to have a nice amount on this one to have it. Now just make sure that your glass is all the way down. We'll fuss with the paper later on if it starts to shift, but that's okay as long as the glass is down. That's what we want to make sure of. And with multi-purpose glue, it does have a little wiggle room. I think that looks about right. So maybe drop down about 1 inch from the top. And it is going to slide a little bit on the plexiglass. Just let it rest for a little bit and you will be fine. But that's what is nice. It gives you a little bit of wiggle room on that and play around with the position. But it is going to take, just like I said, a little bit for it to dry. And that's going to go right down. Oops. And we're going to bring that up just a little bit over on the top. There we go. See, it's already dry. Cute, 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 cute. While that's drying, what you can do is stamp a sentiment on the Whisper White piece that was provided in your kit. We use the sentiment from Christmas Crowd. Here's to a merry little hello. We so designed this this frame so that you can enjoy it all season long. So it goes beyond just Christmas time, perhaps, and it would be something that you could sit out, or if you give this as a gift, that your recipient could sit out. And we're just going to kind of fussy cut around the letters. So just a little sentiment that will pop up with a dimensional there. A Stampin' Dimensional is Stampin' Up's term for a foam dot. That's what they have. It's called a dimensional because it gives dimension to it. Just need one in the center. And there you go on that. And for the kits to go, we did provide a little rib or a little bow. This is actually from a retired punch. And but there is a bow that's in the holiday catalog that you could utilize, or you could put a pretty real red ribbon up on the top of that as well. So again, whoops, this is going on the top of the frame. Just want to get that centered. And I have it so the top center of it, so a little bit of the tails of the bows are sticking out. We have one more thing to go. Lastly, in your kit, you'll have a little rhinestone. And we're going to put a rhinestone right in the center of the bow. All right, and so oops, that one's. So again, once the paper gets, you can take the frame up a little bit and get the paper positioned, and that'll be fine. That'll cover the bottom there. And then our last thing is to just put on the base of the stand. Simply just twist on, just screws on at the bottom. And you have a super cute little frame that you can enjoy all year round. And even if you wanted to, you could use the back side of it and then utilize both sides of it throughout the season. Well, I hope you enjoyed our little frame home decor. It's super cute. It was super simple with the materials that were provided in your kit. Or if you're watching this and would like more information on it, please visit my blog on the link below, and you can see how all of the materials that was used. All right, thanks everybody. Happy crafting. Bye-bye.